Hey guys, welcome back to Day-to-Day Chess. This is Sabina, and for today I've prepared a study for you guys. Given my very busy schedule and unexpected travel, I had to kind of limit myself a little bit today, so hopefully I'll be able to get back with a game analysis tomorrow. I know many of you enjoy solving puzzles, so hopefully, unless this one is known, you will enjoy solving it as well. And I've chosen a position which was composed by international Grandmaster of chess composition Yochanan Afek, which he created in 1978. Hopefully I have my dates right and everything right. And I was very lucky to have met Grandmaster Yochanan Afek. Actually, in normal chess, he's an international master, but before, at the time I met him, he was about to go accept, he was going to be awarded the title of international grandmaster, so in chess composition. So it was a great honor for me to have met him this summer and had some really nice talks, and we have analyzed games together. So definitely it was a great experience, and I came across a lot of his studies, and I tried to solve them every single time because I feel that it's so amazing that there aren't that many, players who are alive and who hold this title of international grandmaster. In fact, I believe there are only 8 altogether, 8 people who have received this title. So it's definitely an amazing performance, and I would recommend all of you to check his studies. And also, if you're not familiar with it yet, a very good book that I recommend that he has written is Invisible Chess Moves. It's really cool, and I definitely recommend that. But okay, until you guys start checking that book out, hopefully you will soon. Let's check out this position. It's been invented, well, he has created it some time ago, but it's an idea that I came across recently. So then I realized that he had created the study, so without his knowledge, I've allowed myself to share it with you guys. So hopefully everything will be fine. Here's the position, and it is white to move. So what to do here? How can you try to find the win in this position? And when you see the position, you of course notice this knight in a1 of blacks, which is trapped. But you also notice that your knight in b4 is being attacked. So if, for example, you'd make a move like, I don't know, bishop a4 to try to make sure that knight will stay there forever, where black is going to capture in b4, and you can't just start pushing the pawn because he's pushing it first. And even if you push again, I push b2, we are going to promote to a queen in the same time, and it's going to be a draw. So definitely a move like this would not be possible. So knowing that, try to pause the video and find the correct solution here. It's not a very difficult position, but it's a very beautiful one, I can assure you of that. Okay, so hopefully you're back now, and you took some time to solve this position, and you came across the correct move, which is knight c2. Why is this move so good? Well, obviously we're trying to force black in a way to trade knights if he wants to, because if he does, then this is a very simple position. We just go king d5, win this pawn, right, and then the pawn goes to promotion. Very simple. Okay, so obviously black does not want to capture the knight. How about if I capture the bishop? Well, this is even more obvious. I just take the knight in a1, and I have a knight up, and my king is much closer to your pawn. I'm going to win it and win the game. Okay, it seems that that doesn't work either. So we realize that king c3 also, let's not even think about it, because after knight takes a1, white manages to win the piece, and I'll be able to win bishop and knight and checkmate you. Of course, some of you might still have to practice that, but it's known, it's a winning position. So then the last move, and the most important one that black should consider here, is knight b3. Okay, so hopefully you guys have considered this move and have come to the right conclusion of what you're going to play next. If you haven't, please be sure to pause the video and try to solve it from here. Alrighty, so the reason I thought this was such a beautiful idea is because now white can play knight a1. Crazy, right? Putting the knight in the corner. And what do you do now? I mean, knight a1 seems the most natural response, because let's just say, obviously, if we take the bishop, the knight will be hanging, so there's no point to do that. And if we play, for example, some knight d4 or something, let's say, white has this move. I mean, wherever you move the knight, actually. White will play knight to b3 check. You have to capture, right? Bishop takes. My pawn is protected, so when you come king c3, I just go king where? d5. And you can try to trick me with king b4, but this is not the normal king-pawn endgame. Now I can just either move the bishop or move the king, and then you're going to lose the pawn in c5, and white is winning the game. So this can happen with the knight in d4, this can happen with the knight in c1, still knight b3 check. Even if you take my bishop, I take your knight, and of course I'm winning the king-pawn endgame. So that doesn't work either, so let's just take the knight. Okay, so it seems like white just gave away a knight. What's wrong with that? Like, seriously, and he's winning the game? You're probably wondering. Well, yes, because the bishop keeps the knight. As you can see, this knight in a1 is so badly placed that we actually needed to give our own knight, because otherwise black would have been able, we saw bishop a4 directly would not have worked because our knight was hanging. So we had to get rid of the knight, and on a right spot, of course. And now after bishop a4, which is the correct move in this position, black has no good way to escape losing this game, because, well, the natural response here is obviously that getting out with the knight would not work, because we would just take it and then king d5, and you're losing the pawn in c5. That's black's big problem. So king c3 would be the natural response and approach to attack the pawn and try to capture it. If you move the bishop, then my knight will escape, so I won't be having any troubles making a draw. But white goes king d5, attacking the pawn. You have to protect it with king b4, obviously knight b3 again, I'm just capturing and capturing in c5. And now, of course, we don't give away the bishop, bishop d1. And what do you do? Because the knight cannot get out, we're still capturing and capturing in c5. And you can't move the king away from the pawn, because I'll take the pawn. So what idea can you come up with? Well, you could try to get with the king in front of the pawn and make a draw, but really, how are you going to do so? I mean, if you go king a5, for example, I just take. And if you try to get in front of the pawn, I mean, I think it's kind of obvious how I'm going to win. King d6 and push the pawn to the promotion. So, this is it, guys. This was the beautiful position. After king takes c5, I really don't see any other way for black to try to hang on a little bit longer. So white is going to be able to win this position just by going with the king and pushing the pawn, and without black being able to do anything about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this study and are going to check out Grandmaster and International Master Yochanan Afek's Invisible Chess Moves, and enjoy it, of course. Aside from that, he actually has written many other books, of course, and created a bunch of other very beautiful studies. So stay tuned for some more very soon. Okay, thank you. Bye.